advice about no pain, no gain, and then be patient and endure. And the other one is staying close with Ajahn Sopa. So yeah, that's all from him, Tan Ajahn. Thank you.
Did he say about Aroka?
Aroka, yes, he mentioned that Aroka is getting by. I mean, maybe he needs sometimes to adapt or something.
But he's getting the visa, the same visa that Siddhartha is getting, right?
I think so. I mean, yeah, and the temple guaranteed that they can get the visa, so I think it should be okay with Alex, because I didn't ask about Alex's visa.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome,
Do you have any
Tan Ajahn.
question?
No, I don't have any questions tonight, Tan Ajahn.
Okay, next.
Okay, we'll go to the next person then.
Sajaka.
Thank you.
Saja, you can talk now.
Thank you, Tan Ajahn. I have no questions now. Thank you very much for your teaching.
Okay.
You're welcome. Sorry, I cannot see you.
Okay. Next. Next is Nanapat.
Next.
นมัสการค่ะท่านอาจารย์ I don't have any question right now ค่ะ Thank you for your teaching ค่ะค่ะ
Next, Go Seng.
Okay, any question? Go Seng.
Yeah, good evening. I have no questions, Ajahn. Thank you.
Okay, next.
Next.
Rusli.
Evening, Ajahn. I don't have any question now. Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay.
Okay, next.
Kenneth.
Good afternoon, Tan Ajahn. I also have no question at the moment. Thank you.
Okay.
Hi, Professor. Hope you're okay.
I'm fine, thank you, Ajahn. Thank you.
Okay, next.
Johanna.
Good evening, Tan Ajahn. I don't have any question also tonight. Thank you, Tan Ajahn.
Okay, next.
Okay, Philip.
Good evening, Tan Ajahn. Good evening, Tan Ajahn. Don't have any questions for now. Perhaps later. Thank you for your teaching.
Okay. Next, Kafarin.
Good day to you, Tan Ajahn. I have no questions today.
Okay. Next.
Namo.
Namaskar, Tan Ajahn. I joined the Zoom today because I'm not sure whether I can join tomorrow or not, but right now I don't have any question, Tan Ajahn.
Next is Gary from Singapore.
Good evening, Tan Ajahn. No questions from now. Thank you.
Okay. Next, Belinda.
Next. Singapore.
Yes.
No questions for now, Tan Ajahn. Lock in to listen.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes. Next, Sulan. Today she come early.
Yeah. Hello, Ajahn. Yeah, nice to meet you. Yeah, I came early today. One of the earliest time. Yeah. I think I have a question, which is today I was feeling very upset all of a sudden. Then so I just wanted to ask Ajahn that what can I do as a quick remedy to lift my spirits up?
You can use Bhutto. When you don't feel well, just keep reciting Bhutto to stop your thoughts, because it's your thought that is generating the bad feelings. So just keep reciting Bhutto. Stop thinking for a while, and you'll find your mind become peaceful and lighter and better.
Yeah, I also noticed that like when I don't do Bhutto or chanting, then the mind would think negatively. So that I'm just kind of curious, why is it that my mind is not thinking negatively?
Your mind is being driven by your delusion, avijja, your defilement. Your defilement keep craving for this and that, and when it doesn't get what it wants, then it makes you feel bad.
Okay. Then besides like chanting Buddha, or like doing chants, like how can I like make the mind be less deluded? Because it seems that only when I'm like doing chanting or like doing Buddha, then the mind would not be occupied with negative thoughts. Yeah.
So what do you want to know?
Yeah, I'm also not sure. Like, is it only when the mind is like focused on the Buddha, then the negative thoughts would not come back again?
Well, this is a temporary fix. To get a permanent fix, you have to use wisdom. And wisdom tells you that you have to accept things as they are. Good or bad. You just have to.
Okay. Yeah.
Accept them. Cannot have aversion for them or have any desire for them. You have to have equanimity, good or bad. You just have to let them come and go of themselves. All you can do is just acknowledge. But if you cannot, then okay. Everything is anicca, dukkha, anatta. Everything is anatta. Everything is like the weather. You cannot control the weather. You cannot tell the weather to be hot or cold, to rain or not rain. Everything that you are involved with are like the weather. You just have to accept them for what they are.
Okay. Yeah. So
If you cannot use wisdom, then just use mindfulness, use mantra, use chanting. Okay?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, thank you, Ajahn. I will take it back and digest.
Good enough?
Good enough. Yeah. Thank you, Ajahn.
Yes. That's all, Sulan.
Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Yes. Then speed and check is the next one.
Okay. Sui and check from Vancouver.
Right.
Ajahn, you're really an iPhone today, Ajahn. That's like your discourse that you disfound the analogy that you disfound last week. You really become iPhone, Ajahn.
Ajahn.
I'm the body, and my body wasn't me. Now you are meeting me.
This is the real you, Ajahn.
Yeah. Meeting the real boss now. Meeting my servant all the time.
I'm meeting your servant all the time. Oh, your body is your servant.
And I'm meeting the real you too. Yeah.
So, Ajahn, I can't hear you. Sorry.
Ajahn.
Can you guys hear
Problem
Ajahn?
with maybe. Okay, now it's working again.
Okay. Ajahn, may I ask, how do we make a spiritual planning? Like, how do we, like we always make planning for our life, like how to study, how to get a job, how to get a home and comfortable life. But how to make planning for spiritual life?
Well, you have to think that one day you're gonna be without our body, right? When you have no body, you have to rely on your good karma. My connection is not stable. I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, now, yes.
Okay. See, so you have to prepare for your spiritual world. In the spiritual world, you use spiritual money. And your spiritual money is created by your good karma. And your debt is created by your bad karma. That's why all the Buddha said, don't do any bad karma. Do only good karma. So that when you die, you will have in the spiritual world to buy food, to pay rent, to pay for your clothing and everything. But if you do bad karma, you will then have to live like a hungry ghost. Because you have no money to buy things for yourself. Understand? So do the three things that the Buddha told us to do. Avoid doing all bad karma. Do only good karma. And if you can purify your mind with meditation, this is the way to prepare for your spiritual existence. Get it?
Yeah.
Can you still hear?
So the spiritual money is totally different. We have to think of the spiritual money in the it's a different
good karma.
The good karma.
Yes, like charity, being nice to people, helping other people, doing good things for other people. Then you are creating spiritual money. If you hurt other people, then you are creating spiritual debt. And if you don't want to return to this samsara, then you have to purify your mind by vipassana and samatha power. Get it?
So Ajahn, when we keep on accumulating this spiritual and goodness, and does it mean that we will eventually? Sorry, Ajahn.
Continue with the question.
If we keep on accumulating these, does it mean that eventually we will be renounced, or do we have to make planning to be renounced?
Well, see, all the physical possession is worthless when you die, right? You cannot use them in the spiritual world. So you only want to spend your time accumulating the spiritual wealth instead. By the physical wealth, you just want to have enough for your present existence, which is the 4 requisites of life: food, shelter, clothing, and medicine. That's all you need for the physical existence. Don't spend too much time buying things, to satisfy your craving. This does not do any good for you because you have nothing. You cannot take anything with you.
Right.
Okay.
So if we do the opposite, meaning we are stupid, right, Ajahn?
Delusional, let's put it that way. Avijja, paccaya sankhara. Your delusion or your ignorance will push your mind to accumulate things for their defilement, for your craving. And it's not beneficial for your mind at all. It benefits the defilement because it makes the defilement happy. But it has no spiritual, does not generate any spiritual wealth. No contentment, no equanimity.
Right.
Always hungry for more and more. Then you can become a hungry ghost after you die. But if you do charity, you do work for other people, you get content. When you get happiness, you get fulfillment. So it's better to spend your time doing things for other people. If you don't have anything else to do for yourself, if you have enough money for your existence, then you should spend time doing charity work. Like Bill Gates. Bill Gates has so much money now, and he's not working anymore, right? He's spending all his time doing charity work. So he's accumulating a lot of spiritual wealth when he goes. He's smart. Look at Bill Gates. He's one of the richest men in the world. Now he spends all his time doing charity work because he doesn't need anything. He has enough physical wealth, but he doesn't have any spiritual wealth. So he's now accumulating a lot of spiritual wealth. So this is what you should do. Try to spend less time, less money on your physical existence. Just enough to get by is enough. It's good enough. Then you can have the spare time, the spare money to build your spiritual wealth. Give away your physical wealth and you will get spiritual wealth in return. That's basically what it is. Understand?
Yes. Thank you, Ajahn.
Yeah. But if you don't have any wealth, then you just have to use your physical energy. Like volunteer work, doing things. without getting any payment in return. So this is also building a spiritual wealth for those people who doesn't have any money to give away. So you should be a volunteer, go work in a church, work in a kitchen soup kitchen somewhere. You know, just do charity work. Doesn't have to spend money if you don't have money. You use your physical possession, your energy, your time for the benefit of other people. Then you will have some spiritual wealth with you when you go away. Because everything that's physical or material, you cannot take it with you. And you can live simple. You don't have to live expensively, right?
Right.
So why spend so much money on living expenses? Reduce your living expenses. So then you don't have to work to pay for your expensive living lifestyle. Then you will have time to do more charity work for other people. But also maybe meditation to cut down your existences, reduce your existences, your rebirth. Your meditation practice will help reduce your rebirth, number of rebirths down.
Ajahn, how does meditation reduce the number of rebirth?
Because it slows down your defilement. It reduces your defilement. Instead of going to a movie, you spend time meditating. So your defilement cannot grow because it needs to keep doing to grow. So you like cutting the branches of the tree, not doing what your defilement wants you to do. You want to watch a movie, you want to eat something you don't really have to eat, drink something you don't really have to drink, and meditate instead to make you happy. You use meditation to replace your sensual pleasure happiness. Because the sensual happiness generating more defilement, more rebirth. But your meditation practice is reducing your defilement. So it is reducing your rebirth.
So Ajahn, when we say no to the sensual pleasure and we use meditation as a replacement, we actually cut down the rebirth.
The defilement, which is the one that's creating more rebirth. The creative rebirth are your craving and your defilement. Because the more you crave, then the more you want them to come back. And after you die in this life, your craving is still remaining in your mind. So it will then push your mind to go look for a new body.
Okay. So Ajahn, is it fair to say that
the Buddha, every Buddha
sorry, Ajahn, can you repeat again?
fair to say what? So do what the Buddha, every Buddha teaches us to do.
Okay.
Avoid doing bad karma, do only good karma, and purify the mind by meditation practices. The way to avoid doing bad karma is to keep the 5 precepts. This will prevent you from doing any bad karma. and then do charity work. This is the way to do good karma. And then go to meditation retreat, or meditate in your room, alone by yourself. Lots of dogs barking because they have. Oh, we have the power back now. Maybe I can try to restart my computer.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, we try again. Okay.
I'll come back in about 5 minutes. Okay.
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 Okay, everybody, can you hear me now? I am back. My not real self is back. my servant. This is my servant speaking for me. So where did we leave up? Sri and Jack, you have anything else you want to say or ask?
Oh, yeah, Ajahn is there. Couldn't see you.
Ajahn servant is back.
You cannot see me now. Well, my real self. Now you've seen my avatar. My avatar.
Let's see your avatar.
Yeah, we are all avatars. You know, our bodies are avatars, not our real self. You know, our real self is the mind, which we cannot see because it's invisible.
It's it's really cool that last week you just gave this amazing analogy about the iPhone, and this week you really turned to iPhone.
Well, at least we have something to communicate with.
Right.
Okay.
Pretty amazing, Ajahn. I think you were talking about like the more defilement, the more rebirth. Is that right? Is it?
That's
like
right.
Okay.
The defilement is the one that keep pushing the mind to go after the sensual pleasures. And in order to satisfy your sensual pleasure, you need to have a body, human body or animal body. Depends on your good or bad karma. If you do bad karma, you get a human animal body. If you don't do any bad karma, then you will get a human body eventually. But then human body doesn't last, and but your defilement lasts longer than your body. So when your body dies, your defilement is still strong. So it pushed the mind to go look for another new body, and this keep on been going for millions of bodies already, and it will never stop until we come across the teaching of the Buddha that teaches us to eliminate our defilement, purify the mind by meditation practice only, because you cannot use good karma to purify your mind. Your good karma will support your spiritual purification practice, but cannot get rid of your defilement. You have to have vipassana or wisdom level. Even samadhi level cannot get rid of your defilement. They can retard it, make it move slower, less frequent, because you spend more time in meditation instead of watching YouTube or eating hamburgers or cakes or pies. You do meditation instead. But when you come out of meditation, your defilement can still demand for more YouTube, more cakes, and more food. So if you want to get rid of this defilement, you have to use vipassana. You have to contemplate on the loathsomeness aspect of food. And every time you think of food, cakes, things you eat, think about it when it comes out of your body. That's not what you're doing. Your body is like a factory creating excrement. Really, that's what it is. There's an input side and an output side. Right? Look at it this way, then it might make you stop eating unnecessarily. Eat only just to maintain the body, but not to eat for the pleasure of it. Not to eat or drink or see or hear for the pleasure. Do it out of necessity. Do for the maintaining of life. Other than that, if you want happiness, you should meditate instead.
So Ajahn, in the Brahma world, not like if you're Brahma, not necessarily that you have less rebirth, or do you actually have less?
Right, you still come back, because when the strength of your mindfulness became less, then the defilement will push the mind from jhana, push it toward the sensual pleasure. First, they can do it by the spiritual sensual pleasure. In the spiritual world, they also have sensual pleasure. the pleasure you get from good dreams. This is a sensual pleasure, right? In a dream. That's what, if you come out of the Brahma world, you enter the Deva world. The Deva world is a world of good dreams, let's put it that way. And then when you run out of this karma, then you will reborn as human again. And then you'll come back and do whatever you used to do. If you like meditation, you come back and do meditation. If you like to do good karma, you come back and do good karma.
So, Ajahn, the spiritual sensual pleasure is also created by defilement?
Yes, it's driven by defilement. The defilement is constantly craving for sensual objects, whether spiritual or physical. And you get spiritual, you get sensual pleasure in the spiritual world by your good karma. Your good karma will be the one that will generate the good dreams, good experiences in your dream. And your bad karma will generate bad experiences in your dream, like nightmares, or dreams you are wandering as a beggar, or lost, or being in a war zone or something like that. In constantly fighting with somebody. If you when you're alive, you keep fighting with other people. When you die, you continue fighting in your dreams. So when you do good karma, when you're alive, this good karma will be recorded in your mind and replay when you die. If you do bad karma, this bad karma will be recorded, and when you die, this bad karma will replay in your dream. Until this good and bad karma can no longer produce any good or bad dreams, then it's time for you to take a new birth, a human birth.
Like neutral dream? Like
neutral. Like when you're in neutral, you cannot have good dreams, you have no bad dreams, then it's time for you to wake up, right? So you get a new body and you come out of your mommy's stomach and you start crying. You get up. You've been in a long sleep, It's like sleeping, except the difference is you get a new body when you wake up. Your body no longer can function anymore. So you discard your old body and then you take up a new body in your mother's womb. And then when you're born, when you are ejected from your mother's womb, then you get up, you start to cry. The first thing you do when you get up, you cry because you feel hungry or thirsty or something. Or you have to breathe yourself. When you're in the stomach, you don't have to breathe. But when you come out of the stomach, then you have to breathe yourself. So you experience the first dukkha of breathing. Birth is suffering, see, because you have to breathe. If you don't breathe, you die.
Sounds so scary.
Then your defilement start to push you. Even the baby have defilement. Baby wants to have comfort. When it's hot, it will cry. When it's cold, it will cry. When it's hungry, it will cry. When it's thirsty, it will cry. When it wants to see something, it will cry. Hear something, it will cry. That's why you have to have something for babies to listen to, right? Or something to watch. Even babies have sensual pleasure, craving for sensual pleasure. Babies want to see, babies want to hear. So that's why you have to have toys for them to play with, to keep them subdued, not not complaining, not disturbed, not crying. That's why you buy toys for children, right? Because to prevent them from bothering you. Keep them occupied. Right now, nowadays they have the smartphone to keep them occupied with. But this could be harmful to them because the smartphone has so many bad influences that will stimulate them to do more bad karma than good karma. So this is what it is. It's all your defilement that keep pushing your mind to go after sensual pleasure. When your body dies, then it pushes you to go look for a new body. Replacement of your old body. And you keep replacing your old body like you've been replacing your old phone. How many phones have you replaced already so far?
Not so many. I use very long time.
If you don't use much, then you don't have to replace much. Some people, they use it all the time from the time they get up to the time to go to sleep. So they have to replace it every year. Every time they have a new model, they'll buy a new model right away.
Yeah, I can use for 10 years. Long time.
That's because you don't use as much. You don't feel the need to upgrade to the latest. So it's all your defilement, and the only way to slow down and eliminate them is the practice of samatha and vipassana meditation. Samatha will only stop them temporarily, and vipassana will stop them permanently. Okay.
Ajahn, if you don't use vipassana, it will like it doesn't like even if you're very good at meditation, it doesn't help at all.
Doesn't help you eliminate your cycle of rebirth because your defilement does not die by your mindfulness alone. It has because the concept of your defilement is your delusion, not seeing the truth. The truth of the objects of your cravings, that the object of your craving is actually harmful to you and not helpful to you, because they can give you dukkha, because the objects that you want to have to make you happy can turn into something different after you get it, because of their anicca nature, and you cannot force them to remain good, give you happiness all the time because of their anatta nature. So you always end up with dukkha when you go after your sensual objects. They are like drugs, in which no matter how much you take, it's never enough. You will always want more, never fulfilling. And when you cannot get the next dose, then you get dukkha, right? Okay, so this is what you have to do to prepare for your spiritual world. Avoid doing bad karma, do only good karma, and meditate to purify your mind, get rid of your defilement. All right?
Sounds so scary, Ajahn, when you say that we have done this like millions of times. So scary.
It's scary, and it's also good news that now we know how to get rid of this scary things. Without the Buddha telling us, we will never know anything. We will think that we are the body, and when the body dies, we thought that's the end of it, right? For most people. Because they cannot see the other half of ourselves, which is the mind. Okay, maybe I'll move on to the next person.
Thank you, Ajahn.
All right, Alvin Lee, I think. Sulan and Belinda already have the say, so you have to wait until the next round, okay? Alvin Lee.
Good afternoon, Ajahn. Ajahn, I just want to clarify about Sotapanna. Sotapanna at most will have 7 more lifetimes, right? And they would not be reborn in the Brahma world, right? Ajahn? The most is
they haven't reached the Brahma world, yeah. Or they have by the samadhi, but they still have sensual pleasure, desires. So there will be one more in the Deva realms or the human realms.
So 7 more lifetime. Can they?
When they say 7 is the most, but maybe it might take just one lifetime, even this present lifetime. Once they become a Sotapanna, if they continue on practicing, they can move up the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th stages very quickly. This only happened to some exceptional case. Maybe the Sotapanna happens to have a heart attack and die suddenly or something. Yeah. Then he could not practice anymore, so he has to wait for the next human birth. Yeah.
So if they born, it's a Sotapanna is born as a Deva in the Deva realms.
Yes, he can practice, maybe not as easy as. Yes, I think he can practice in the Deva realm also.
Right. So you take him longer to be enlightened, right? He has to come back to the human realm to be enlightened, right?
Because in the Deva realm, I think you don't have much control over your mind. It's more like in a dream world, Right. So you might just have to dream along, except if you happen to run into a Buddha or an Arahant who can connect with the Devas and teach you to move up from your present level.
Right. Okay. If not, you have to wait for until you become human being again. Then.
I think so, but I cannot say for sure, So, but whether you can continue on practicing as a Deva or not, because you have to contemplate on a Supa in order to move up the next level.
Okay, Ajahn. That's all. Thanks.
Okay. Anna, Kalika, Michelle, Adelaide, how are you?
Good evening, Ajahn. I'm okay.
You still staying with Ajahn Khan?
Yeah, but actually I'm still in Udantani because I still have to go to the hospital to take out the switch.
You're in the hospital right now?
No, I am in a guest house friend in a kuti, in a mini forest in Udan.
I see.
So
Okay.
I am quiet in a kuti, very, very quiet.
Do you have to go to the hospital for some treatment?
No, nothing. I stay at the kuti, I practice.
Are you going back to the monastery for the rain residence?
I will be a little bit late because I have my appointment on the 15th, so it will be after the opening of the Vasa retreat.
I see. But you plan to go back and spend Pansa for sure.
It's where I'm living. I'm not really living where I am now, It's just convenience for when I have to go to Udantani for treatment or for administrative issue.
How old are you now? May I ask? Oh, you told me last time 70 something.
70 in November, in fact.
You'll be how much? 70 years old?
Yeah.
Okay, you got any question?
No, thank you, Ajahn.
Okay, good to see you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me go to Somchai from Pennsylvania. Lake Erie, right?
กับราชการท่านอาจารย์ Yes, I'm live in Erie, Pennsylvania, and so close to the lake, get to Canada, and as I just follow you in Thailand and on YouTube and on Facebook. Then I saw you sit down pretty much all day for teaching. It's gorgeous. It's amazing, and each time is like a sit at in Thailand at the place philosophy there, and so it's pretty admire. And one thing is I like to tell because it day off like 3 days, so I sit outside. I smacked one mosquito the other day, so I just come back inside. I said, no, we can sit outside. But I went to, it's like, it's a 4th of July anyway, and I just broke the law on one alcohol, just a little sip. That's about, usually I just did, that's the third thing I did. And other than that is I always, when I drive, I thinking about, look like a lot of time I almost dream about you. I think it's so much about that. Actually, I almost dream about that. That's so I plan to go to visit Thailand next year. It's like we call Songkran. So that's what I think I plan to go. Besides that, it's not much for, and I think sometimes it's hard for me to, it's difficult for this about after midday. So that's a kind of tough, but I'm gonna try to do not that too much. So, and anything beside I would like you give me advice and recommend on that.
You have to practice more mindfulness and meditation. When you can meditate more, then you'll find that your desire to eat become less and less. So you'll find that keeping the 8 precepts will be easy. So you have to keep developing mindfulness all the time and do meditation as much as possible.
Okay. Yes, because usually when I working, my mind always focused around the job, around the people talking or speaking something. I not quite pay attention too much because right now I kind of actually speaking of this, a lot of things. I mean, a lot of religion around surrounding. Beside me, something said have to force to believe it, but this one is kind of you can try. Don't have to be. Don't have.
It's not faith based. It's more on experience based. You have to prove it to yourself.
Right. So far, almost a year, like a year now. So far, I really feel good about not alcohol, no smoke, and no talk. No, I don't have I don't get trouble for friend too much because listening, talking to somebody, or lying or something like that. It's socialize. I'm very less right now, so that's make me focus. Routine myself, my life for that. So I think a lot of time I kind of almost dream about you. So thinking because on Saturday and Sunday I listen too. So but again, thank you so much.
Okay, good. Keep meditating. Okay, do a lot of meditation as much as possible if you want to advance in your path.
All right. I will do that. Thank you.
Okay. Next, Ricardo Antonius from Uruguay. The other day I saw the circular bridge on my computer in Uruguay. That's a bridge, circular shape, right?
Yes.
Is that a famous landmark in Uruguay?
Yeah, more or less. Very close where I live, but it's
really?
very nice.
Yeah, strange bridge. Yeah, normally it's a straight bridge, but this one is circular, like a roundabout on on the road. They have make roundabout, but you cannot make U-turn around there, right? You have to
go walk all around. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah.
Why do they make it like that? Any reason? Any particular reason? Or just for show?
Really, I don't know. But there might be a reason. I don't know what. Thank you.
Maybe it's for tourist attraction.
Yeah, probably. Yes.
Okay, you have any question?
Not right now. I'm just learning and listening and hearing the Buddha's teachings, and that's quite more than enough. Thank you.
Okay. Cake Genso, you're next. Cake from Penang.
Good evening. Sorry, I joined late, just back from mom's house. No question tonight, yeah.
Okay. I think that's all about the people who's in the room right now. So let me go to Facebook if you have any question from Facebook.
Yes, there are two questions from Facebook,ท่านอาจารย์ The first question from Xiao Chang. Ajahn, how to overcome the fear to walk meditation at night in the forest? Thank you.
Well, you have to be very mindful. You have to keep reciting Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto. Don't let your mind think about the surroundings, because your mind will create fear. The surrounding itself has nothing harmful, but your mind just keeps thinking there's something lurking behind somewhere in the dark. So you have to stop this mind from creating this fear by constantly reciting a mantra, Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto. So you might have to practice Bhutto before you go to the forest. Yeah. Practice at home first. Make sure that you can recite Bhutto when you become afraid. You're reciting Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto. And when you can recite Bhutto, then the fear will disappear. Then you realize that there's nothing to fear but yourself, creating the fear by constantly thinking of something might attack you or something. Okay, second question.
And next questions from Liberty. Pante ท่านอาจารย์ครับ I heard from deceased Pante Hay of Malaysia said that we as lay people should focus on become Sotapanna will be good enough. Sakatakami is not very possible, and also jhana is not possible for lay people because of our heavy attachment to this world. Please, Ajahn, please kindly advise. Thank you.
The Buddha never said anything like this. The Buddha said if you practice hard, you can get to the top. So disregard your disposition, your status, because you can reach to the top regardless whether you are a householder or you are ordained. It's not the status; it's how much you practice. So don't set a lower goal when you can go higher. Why settle for less when you can get more, right? I'll shoot for number one. I'll shoot for the gold, not the cup, not the bronze, not the silver. But you just have to work hard to get it, that's all. And normally for householder, lay people might not have enough time and energy to devote to this practice. but there are some exceptional cases. There are some people who are still a lay person, but they don't have much obligation, so they have plenty of time to practice. So don't let the status of yourself be the one to determine how much you can achieve. Let your ability to practice be the one to decide how much you can achieve. Okay, now we're back in the room with more questions. Anybody would like to have a second round? You are welcome to raise your hand. Okay, Sulan.
Yeah, thank you, Ajahn. Yeah, so happy that your connection is back.
I might be gone again. Who knows? With anicca, anything can happen.
Hopefully the devas make sure the connection are good. Yeah. I just have a question. Like, I'm just wondering how would Ajahn describe the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha to someone that is completely new to Buddhism or have not heard of Buddhism? Like, yeah, because I just kind of curious, how would Ajahn actually introduce the triple gem, and also I think in the suttas, like because like when I read the suttas, it seems that everyone that when when the story starts, the listener would already know who is the Buddha or have heard of him. So yeah, just wondering how would you describe the triple gem to someone who has not heard of the triple gem? Yeah.
You can compare them to the Buddha to Columbus. Columbus discovered America, right? The Buddha discovered the Four Noble Truths, and once he told to other people, then other people follow him and became noble disciples. So Columbus tell other people about America. So everybody moved to America. Even today, we're still moving to America, right?
Yeah.
Because of Columbus. So we should really think of Columbus as the Buddha of America.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a very interesting way to say. It's a very good analogy. Yeah.
Okay. The Buddha discovered the Four Noble Truths, discovered Nibbana. So he taught other people, he told other people. And when other people heard it, they followed his teaching. And then they got to Nibbana. Nibbana is like America for Columbus. Columbus discovered Nibbana, America. Yeah. Buddha discovered America, Nibbana.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, very good analogy. I think very helpful. Yeah.
Are you trying to test my knowledge?
Yeah. Yeah, because I sometimes kind of struggle to like explain the triple gem to someone that is new, or like yeah. So like recently, like I had a meal with my colleagues, and then one of them said that he is a Buddhist Bible. It means his parents are also Buddhists, but they do not really know the teachings. So like so as he grows up, then he realized that he's more of a free thinker, and religions feel more like supernatural. Yeah. So not his exact words, but yeah. So I was just like I kind of like not sure like how should I kind of share some of the misperception, and I find that maybe it's just my ego to even try to clarify. So I just kept quiet. So yeah, I don't know whether is this correct or not. To just keep quiet.
Well, if you don't know, then you have to keep quiet. But if you know, then you can tell them what you know.
Oh, okay. So, if I know, but I still kept quiet,
then you're not revealing the truth to other people.
Oh, okay. So
but you have to be sure what you know is correct also. That's the problem, right?
Yeah, that's the problem. Like,
so if you're not sure, then you don't need to tell other people. Tell them to search in the internet. Just use the word, what is Buddhism? I think there will be lots of answers for them too.
Yeah.
What is Buddhism? That's all you need to tell them, okay? If you cannot give them the answer, just ask Google, what is Buddhism?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
there'll be lots of answers in there.
Mm.
That's how I studied Buddhism. I got this book called What is Buddhism? I read it and found it very interesting.
Yeah.
Search for the book. It's a booklet called What is Buddhism? It tells you in a nutshell what Buddhism is.
Mm. Okay. Got it. Yeah. So
okay.
So in a way, if I know something and then I still don't say, then it is actually bad karma, is it?
Well, it's bad to misinform. If you don't really know, then if you inform people with the wrong interpretation, this could be misinforming them.
Oh.
So you have to be sure that you know exactly what you are saying.
Okay. So unless I am confident, then it's
Yeah.
better to just keep quiet.
Yeah, just tell them to go ask Google.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Ajahn. It's very helpful.
Okay. Ubeka, you just came in. Alfredo. How come you're so late today? What happened?
What? I'm out of my house.
Oh, you went outside.
Yes.
Shopping? You do some shopping or what?
No. I go to dentist.
Bank, I see.
Yes.
Run out of money, huh? So you have to go bank. I hope you didn't.
No, bank, dentist.
Oh, dentist.
Yes.
I see.
Yes.
Do you fix your teeth?
Yes.
Okay. Is it good now?
Yes. I take off two dents.
Two teeth. Huh?
Two teeth.
Okay. So let's worry now.
Yes. Yes, I need a prosthesis.
Okay, you're gonna put a replacement, a new teeth in.
Yes.
I heard it can be very expensive with the artificial root.
No, my dentist not pay me.
I see. Your government pay for you.
He's my friend.
Oh, you're lucky.
Yes. I don't know. he tells he likes me.
Oh.
He likes to tell with me, tell. And not pay me. I want to pay him. But he not accept.
I see. Good. Maybe it's your good karma that made him want to do things for you.
Yeah, I don't know. He's well, I live in a simple place, and other people not tell with him a lot, né? And when I goes there, he tell with me, tell about football, about other things. He likes a lot of me.
Good then. Okay, yes. And anything else you like to say?
No, I'm meditation okay. My meditation is very okay. My eye training, my UPECA is very good. I'm training in Brahma Viharas, né?
Yes,
To
yes.
get a good people too, né? But
Yeah.
other people have a lot of problems, money, works. I don't interfere in our lives, né, Bante?
Good. I'll go to the next person then, okay?
Thanks, Bante.
All right. Christine, you raise your hand. Where are you from? Singapore? Malaysia?
Good evening, Ajaan.
Where are you from?
Can you hear me? The sound is good. Okay. I'm from Penang, Malaysia. This is the first time that I come into Zoom with Ajaan. And previously, few years back, I was in Pattaya before. And normally I join is with live under text. I never come into Zoom.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. So Ajaan, actually, my history of Buddhism is since before 10 years old, I was went to Long Po Chai Chan under Long Pu Tate practice in Thailand. Then Dana Sila Bhawana, I was quite serious into it until recent few years. I'm not into practice in Bhavana. So I'm trying back these 2 years under pandemic time. But the heart was full with kilesa because the momentum and the movement, it was like lack for few years gap. I never practiced well for recent years, about 5 years back. Those before 5 years, 5 years ago, I was used to practice in temple with 8 precepts. But now recently, I try to come into practice with meditation, but it's hardly for me to get rid of my kilesa. I was like tend to enjoying like food or Facebook live, other live, shopping, this and that. Like I try to drag until I was like very, very tired. Then come into practice Bhavana for a very short time before I go to sleep. How can I overcome this kind of bad attitude or habits that I was like have a several years gap, never into the serious practice for every day 1 to 2 hours. The heart is very, very unfocused. I try to like go around and round.
Yes, the first thing you need to do is to develop mindfulness. And you can do this from the time you get up to the time you go to sleep. Just keep reciting Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto as much as possible. Then you will have enough mindfulness to meditate. Okay.
Just recite with Bhutto will do.
Yeah, just Bhutto, Bhutto all day long.
All day long.
Yeah, whatever you do, just keep reciting Bhutto, Bhutto. If you don't have to think about what you do, then just like when you're brushing your teeth, just say Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto. When you're eating, just Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto.
Oh, I was thinking, is that a bad karma for me saying that I is like blocking my heart that never come into practice again?
No, it's your laziness. Your laziness. Yeah.
Oh.
You don't want to use Bhutto, Bhutto, that's all.
Oh, okay.
If you use Bhutto, Bhutto, then you can advance very quickly.
Shall I go back to temple to retreat 8 precept again?
If possible, but right now just do it while you are at home. You can start right now. When you finish with Zoom, you start Bhutto, Bhutto until you go to sleep.
Okay. Yes, Ajaan. Thank you so much, Ajaan.
Okay, try to do it. Have Bhutto, Bhutto with you all the time. Then when you meditate, you'll find that you can meditate and get your mind to be peaceful very quickly.
Yes, when I last few days I try to meditate for a short time. I think less than 1 hour, about half an hour. The mindfulness, the calmness of the mind, it subside and it went to very quiet. It don't have a lot of thinking thoughts. It less out, but I feel it's still not enough. So I have to practice as Ajaan said, Bhutto
Yes,
all day
all
long.
day long if possible. Then you can sit longer.
How about when I'm working?
Yes, Bhutto, Bhutto. Only when you have to think about what you do, then you stop Bhutto.
Oh, okay.
But don't think about your friends, don't think about shopping, don't think about holiday and things like that.
Okay, yeah, shopping, holiday, or come fulfill my desire, the kilesa.
Yeah. If you start thinking about shopping or holiday, you have to keep beside Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto.
Okay. Thank you, Ajaan. Thank you so
All right.
much.
I'll come to Anura later, okay? There's Namo waiting first. Namo, your turn.
Namaskar, Ajaan. As I mentioned that tomorrow, I might, I'm not sure whether I can get home on time to join the Zoom, so I decided to join today instead. Ajaan, me and my family, we have a plan to go to the Chonburi province and we want to listen to your Dhamma tomorrow. Where can I get the information about the place?
Admin will give you the information. Kun La or Kun Boy. It's 2 p.m. at Kuti number 5 at Wat Yan Sangwalaram.
Oh, okay. Yes. Okay, Ajaan. Thank you, Ajaan. That's all for today.
Okay. All right. Next, Anuraji. Get to you first because it's almost, 2 or 3 o'clock now.
Yeah, good evening, Ajaan. Sorry, it's the middle of the night. It's very hard to wake up. It's so cold here as well.
Winter time for you too, huh?
Yeah, it's about -1, -2. Yeah, so I've been not well for a while, and then, I've been listening to your Zoom sessions and Facebook Live. So quite a learning. I want to join today because I want to pay respect to you because I'm going away on a retreat next week, on a rains retreat for 10 weeks. So
in a monastery or in a...
going to Perth.
Ajaan Ram.
Yeah. So I was selected, and my wife also. We go there. Spend rains there.
Happy to hear that.
Yeah, I just want to pay respect to you.
Hope you take advantage of your time and opportunity. Concentrate on your practice and don't do anything else.
Just try to stay 8 precepts and doing nothing as well. So I have a lot of recordings from you. So these are my Dhamma clips. So I try to use them.
Are you required to turn off your phone?
Yeah. I think it's a silence. So
so no communication with the outside world.
Yeah, but I'll try to get a SIM card and then keep mobile phone just for emergency. Because a lot of people meditate in their kuti, so silence, usually people are very silent. Yeah, keeping silence. Yeah.
Good. It's one way to stopping your mind from thinking. Because when you talk, you have to think. But you can be talking to yourself though, so you have to be careful.
Yes. Yeah, that's the problem. So I've been meditating, and with my work it's very challenging. So I decided to take a complete break.
Maybe the first few days might be a little bit difficult to adjust to the new environment.
Yes, yeah.
But after that, I think you start enjoying your peace and tranquility.
Yeah, I think we are challenged to not to eat in the afternoon, so we need to practice as well. So yes.
Good. Happy to hear that.
Yeah, thank you, Ajaan, for teaching.
Right.
Yeah.
How soon did you have to? When did you start? When you have to go?
We are leaving because rain starting on 14, the full moon. So we are leaving on 13 and come finish end of September. Yeah.
For the complete 3 months period.
Yeah, that's I'm planning to stay. Last time I stayed for 1 month. I think that's not enough. So, yeah.
Okay. Good.
Yeah,
Let us know what happened after you come back.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I am not planning anything. So let's see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just mindfulness.
Yes.
Planning on mindfulness.
Yes.
All right.
That's true. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Ajaan, for all your teaching. So I'll try to join Facebook Live if I can. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right.
So,
Next. Prashant, where are you from, Prashant?
Hi, yeah. Hi, Ajaan, this is Prashant here.
Where are you from?
I'm from India, Mumbai.
India. Bombay. Yeah. Mumbai.
Yeah. Right.
Okay. Can I help you with anything?
Yeah. Ajaan, I need to ask you something. I just put it my question also on Facebook. But now since I came on a live, Ajaan, sometimes we are surrounded with a lot of problems and troubles and issues with our life. Though we practice vipassana, sometimes we do meditation, sometimes we chant Buddha as well. And most of the time we try to go with the 5 percept, and we try to make sure that we don't break any 5 percept. And so I try to do all stuff and all. But all with this, Ajaan, we come across with a lot of problem and challenge and frustration in life. So I just want your guidance how to cope up with that, because sometimes you do a lot of things to overcome of it, but you never come out of it, and you keep on thinking on what happened of your past, and you dwell into your past and your mistakes you did it. And though we try to meditate for 1 hour, 2 hours, but when we do meditation for 1 hour, we feel good, we realize all our defilement go down. But moment we come out of the vipassana or come out of the meditation, we again go back to same thought again, and that thought prevails in the mind. So I just thought of I can get your guidance how to overcome of it.
When you come out of meditation, you should continue with your mantra, Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto. Don't let your mind think. And do work and recite a good mantra at the same time. Like whatever you do, don't let your mind think. Just keep reciting Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto. Then you can maintain the peace that you have acquired from your meditation.
Right, Ajaan.
If you don't use mindfulness, then you might start generating defilements, and then you start to have restlessness and agitation.
Right, Ajaan.
So you have to control your mind even after you come out of meditation.
Right. We also say that we should be in sati all the time.
That's right. That's right. Maintain mindfulness all the time. Whether focusing on your activity or focusing on your mantra. This will stop your mind from thinking or generating defilements.
Right, Ajaan. Thanks a lot.
Okay. All right. Is that all for the question you want to ask? Okay. Anybody else would like to ask any question or contribute anything? Raise your hand. Okay, Somchai.
Thank you again for opportunity to. I like to say some, but probably possible or impossible. It's because of July 4th, I saw the 3 shot in Philadelphia, Chicago, and the other city, and look like a human being. It doesn't get along. So reincarnation is, if possible, I don't want to come back to reincarnation again. I kind of look like a mess. So I don't know how I can get there, but again, that's all.
Just keep reciting Bhutto, Bhutto and meditate. This will eventually stop you from rebirth again, reborn again.
Okay, I can try real hard on that. Thank you.
Anybody would like to, Kula, some question from Facebook? Okay.
Yes, 2 more questions from Facebook,ท่านอาจารย์. The first question from Dean Nguyen. Dear Ajahn, I have a question. I heard that if we use something before offering to the monks, sample, tasting the food before offering to the monks, is cause very bad karma. If I bought 10 boxes of candy, each with separate container, then I use 5 and offer the 5 boxes to the monks. Is it good or bad action? Thank you for your teaching.
It depends on your intention. If your intention wants to give it to yourself, then you're not making as much merit as you should. Say, if you give the whole 10 boxes, then you make more merit than just give the 5 boxes. But it's not bad karma in any way. It's not considered to be bad karma because you're not stealing the thing from anybody. If you steal the candies from other people and then give to monks, then you are making bad karma. As well as making good karma. Stealing is bad karma. Giving it away is good karma. So more or less you're just back to zero. So if you want to make merit, then you should buy things and then give the things you buy to the monks or to whoever you want to give. And if you have to taste some food because you want to make sure that it is not spoiled or anything, then it's okay. It's nothing wrong with that. You don't want to give spoiled food to other people. So maybe you have to have a little taste. If you doubt, if you're not sure whether the food is not spoiled, then this is okay.
And next question from Prasan Gagward. Ajahn, I need your help to know how to handle personal frustration related to life. When you know nothing is working right for you, you are losing at every front. When you deeply surrounding by stress at all sides, when you feel that only miracle will save us, please guide how to cope up with it. Thank you.
You just have to lower your expectation, that's all. Maybe you're putting your expectation too high, aiming it too high, and you cannot deliver it to you. So lower your expectation, maybe down to half. Instead of getting 10,000 a month, just say maybe you'll be happy with 5,000 a month or something like that. So you have to lower your expectation, that's all. Then eventually you'll get what you want. If you lower to 5 and you still cannot get it, then you lower to 2,000 maybe, and eventually down to 0. Then you'll get what you want,
And last question from Gregory Wong. Dearท่านอาจารย์ in the strictest sense, when I am in the first jhana, do I still hear or aware of any sound at all? And do I feel aware of any physical touch sensation at all? To be exact, am I 100% cut off, unaware of the sensation from the 5 sensatory bases? What remain are only the watcher or the knower and the kammatthana object moment to moment together with the 5 jhana factors. Thank you. Please kindly clarifying. Thank you.
When you're starting, you can still feel your surrounding. You can feel your body. But as your concentration become more intense, and then you become less aware of the things around you. And when you might be completely concentrated, then everything disappears except the mind itself.
That's all, ท่านอาจารย์
So if you haven't got to that point, you have to keep concentrating on your meditation object. Keep watching your breath and reciting the mantra, and don't pay attention to anything around you. Okay. Would anybody else would like to ask any question? Okay, Anura.
Thank you, Thangaja. So the question that I asked last week regarding the connectivity. What's the connection between the mind and the body? So I understand that's the vijnana. So vijnana is caused by avijja. So in this case, is there a connection for an enlightened person? So enlightened person don't have any avijja.
An enlightened person also use vijnana to connect with the body, but with Dhamma as the guiding light, guiding force, not the avijja.
Right.
Dhamma will guide the mind toward the objects for out of compassion, not out of greed or hatred. Like the Buddha, he still used the vijnana to connect to the body, and then use the body to teach Dhamma to people, rather than to steal money from people. If you have avijja, then avijja will let the body steal money for the mind.
Yeah.
So that's the difference. If you have Dhamma, then you only think of other people, helping other people, making other people happy, never thinking about yourself, because you're full of happiness yourself already when you have Dhamma.
Yeah. Okay.
So the Buddha will act with compassion, with the Brahma Vihara, not with greed, hate, or delusion. See, that's the difference. If you have avijja, then you will act with greed, hatred, and delusion. But if you have Dhamma, fully enlightened, then you will only have the Brahma Vihara when you deal with people.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, because a noble disciple doesn't need anything from anybody. The reason that he still connect with us because he wants to help us understand the Dhamma teaching and realize the Dhamma of the Dhamma practice. That's all. That's how the Buddha and all the noble disciples' purpose in dealing with us.
Oh, yeah. So that means, Tangaja, if a layperson become enlightened, so he won't live long. Is that correct? He cannot.
Well, he will probably want to join the community of monks.
Yeah.
Because they are like-minded people. You don't want to live with your family because they are driven by their ignorance, and they only think in terms of greed, hatred, and delusion.
Yeah.
So you want to live in a community with people who think out of compassion, out of loving kindness.
Yeah.
That's why most lay person, when they became enlightened, they asked for ordination from the Buddha. Okay, Christine.
Thank you.
Next.
Thank you.
Okay, Christine. Unmute your microphone.
Yes, Ajahn, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, Ajahn. Sorry, another question. My friend invited me to go with her. There's a trip to India. So shall we better choice to spend the time to take a precept in the temple and spend the trip funds, the money for like Katina sponsor to the temple, or is good for me also to travel to India for the holy place of Lord Buddha?
Well, if you have no doubt about the Buddha and the Dhamma and Sangha, then there's no need to go to India. All reason to go there is just to prove to yourself that the Buddha actually existed. That's all the reason for going to India.
Oh, if we have very good confidence with Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha,
then you don't need to go. I never went to India.
Okay. Thank you for your kind advice.
Okay, better spend your time in meditation retreat. Okay. And
yes,
give money to charity.
Okay. Agree.
Okay, good.
Thank you. Thank you.
All the Ajahn, none of them go to India. Ajahn Man didn't go to India. Ajahn Chah didn't go to India.
Yes.
Ajahn Mahabodhi didn't go to India.
Yes.
So they have no doubt in the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. So what's the purpose of going to India for?
Yes, yes. Agree.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Who wants to ask next?
We have some more questions from Facebook.
Facebook? Okay. Then Sulan next, right?
Right.
Okay, Facebook first.
2 more questions from Facebook ท่านอาจารย์ The first question from Jonathan ท่านอาจารย์ could you please advise me how to deal with when we have to live with a very angry spouse? I try to keep my mindfulness continuous and meditate every day, but when they continuously blame me for things, the mind get gradually distracted. Please kindly advise.
Can you treat your wife as a child? If you have a child with you, you usually don't get angry with a child. So treat your wife like a child.
And next question from Liberty ท่านอาจารย์ครับ Is meditation is the only way to remove our fetter? Thank you.
Yes, and it has to be vipassana. But before you can use vipassana, you have to have samatha first. You have to have samadhi first. Okay? Yes. Okay, now Sulan, you can ask your question.
Yeah, thank you, Ajahn. Yeah, just now, Ajahn, you were talking about food, and I just kind of recollect that the Buddha said before that the person who offered him the food just before his enlightenment and before he passed away has the greatest merits. So on the later part, which is the food where the person offers before he passed away, I just couldn't really understand why is it that the person would gain much merit from offering the food that caused the Buddha to feel even bodily unwell after so because on the other hand we also learned that the karma would be very bad for a person that harmed the Buddha or caused the Buddha to bleed or cause harm to him. So I trying to reconcile why is it that the last meal would make much merits, because it's quite doesn't sound intuitive to me.
Because we didn't know it was going to be the last meal for the Buddha. So we just gave him because we want to maintain his life. So it's a good merit. We want to keep him alive. So either the first meal or the meal before his enlightenment, the same way. You want to keep him alive. So if this is the purpose of giving food, then it's a great merit.
Oh, okay. But wouldn't every meal then be
yes,
of
every
merit?
meal will be great merit all the time. Giving food to the Buddha any day, any time. Whether first meal or last meal, it doesn't matter. Because we don't know when the last meal will be, right?
Oh, yeah.
And it also will prevent you from blaming yourself. Oh, I killed the Buddha because I gave him the last.
Oh, okay.
So you shouldn't feel remorse or feel sad because you happen to be the last person to give food to the Buddha.
Wow, the Buddha is so wise.
Yes, he wants to prevent you from being sad. He wants to encourage you to do more charity, to do more dana, that's all. Because dana is good for you, not for him. It's more good for you than it's more good for him. Your dana only help his body, but your dana will help your mind, help your spirit. Which is more important than your body.
Yeah. Oh, okay. This is very wise and
okay.
Yeah,
Understand now.
Yeah, I can understand now. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Ajahn.
All right. Anybody else? Last question. If this will be my last answer to you.
Thank you.
Okay, two more. Christine again.
Sorry, Ajahn, because too excited, need your advice. I just first time come in. We always listen to Dharma saying that we offer 5 monks and above, it represents Sangha. As good as we can offer the same merits to Lord Buddha and all the Maha Arahant and all the saint. So I can't imagine and understand how it works, such a great merits it will in return.
Well, first of all, you have to understand when the Buddha meant Sangha, it doesn't mean 4 or 5 monks.
Oh.
It means the whole community of monks.
Oh.
So it's better to support the whole community of monks than to support just one monk. Because if this one monk died, then you have no other to teach you. See? So you want to support every monk in the community, so that if one monk dies, the other monk can do the job of teaching us, guiding us the Dhamma. So that's what he meant by the Sangha. But we take nowadays the monk take it differently. They take the definition of Sangha. See? Sangha means you have to have at least a minimum of 4 monks to be considered to have a Sangha. So when you want to give dana to the Sangha, you have to invite 4 or 5 monks to fulfill the definition of Sangha. But in fact, you should give food to every monk in the monastery. Because the Buddha wants us to support every monk, so that if one monk dies, there will be other monks to continue on with the work. That's what he meant. Like somebody I think his mother wanted to give the Buddha robe when he went to visit her in the palace. She made the robe for him, especially for him. And the Buddha refused 3 times. Don't give it to me, give it to the Sangha. Because there are other monks who might need this robe more than I do. The Buddha had plenty of robes already. But he wants us to support the other monks. If everybody support the Buddha and no other monk, then there will be no monks, right? Because
Yes.
That's what he meant by Sangha. Every monk.
Oh, every monk.
Yeah, not just 5 monks or 4 monks. But the definition of Sangha is a minimum of 4 or 5 monks.
Oh. Yeah, because Katina is around the corner for the main sponsor. Nowadays, the practice nowadays, the temple itself, it needs 4 to 5 monks and above. So it is a concern. I mean, the wandering thought since many years ago, I have this kind of an explanation.
Yeah. So sometimes they have to borrow monks from other monastery to make it.
Yes.
Which is crazy, this is not what
because in Malaysia, it's very limited monk in Malaysia, especially Theravada. So very limited.
Then you forget about the Sangha. Just support whichever monks you have with you. That's all.
Okay.
Don't worry about the word Sangha. Just the purpose is to support every monk that you come across, if you can.
Yeah, because the teaching that I heard, the Dharma saying that it's good to support the entire community Sangha, and the same merits will be same like we offer to Lord Buddha.
Also, the meaning of Sangha means when you give me something, for instance, and you say you want to give to the Sangha, then it means it doesn't belong to me personally. It belongs to every monk in the monastery.
Everybody can share it.
Can share it. That's what it means.
Yeah.
But if you give it to me specifically for me alone, then no other monks can share with what I get, unless I want to share it myself. But if I'm greedy, if I'm possessive, then I won't give it to other people. Some monks have so much material things in the room, so they hardly find a place to sleep.
Yes. Some forest temple very poor.
Yeah.
He used to offer also. He used to send funds into the forest monk as well.
Yeah. Usually with forest temple, everything is considered Sangha property. Even if a teacher is the one who accepts the offering, then have arrangement for other monks to be able to use them.
Okay, understand.
Okay,
that's
next.
all. Thank you.
All right. Next, Prashant from India.
Yeah, Ajaan. Yeah. So Ajaan, I have two questions with you. The first question is that when I read the Tripitaka, in that it's in the Milinda Panna, it mentioned that when the Naksen asked the question to King Milinda, that what are there are some sutta which can help us or safeguard us. So that time the reply given by Naksen is that there are certain sutta like Mangal Sutta or the Ratan Sutta which actually safeguard ourselves. So I just want to understand from you, is this chanting this sutta a daily basis will safeguard us for a natural calamity or other challenges which we face in future? And second question, I want to understand from you
one question at a time because I'll forget. Okay.
Fine.
So chanting sutta, really the actual purpose is really twofold. One is to develop mindfulness. When you chant, you cannot think about other things. You have to focus on your chanting. So this is a way of developing mindfulness. Doesn't matter which sutta you chant. Okay. Second reason or second purpose of chanting is to understand what you chant. So you gain knowledge because this is a teaching of the Buddha. So if you chant and you don't understand, you only get one benefit. You get mindfulness. But if you chant and you understand what you're chanting, then you get wisdom.
Right.
But it doesn't protect you from harm and danger, anything like that. But it teaches you how to live wisely so that you will not be harmed easily. Like the Mangala Sutta teaches you how to live, how to associate with people, what kind of people you should associate with, what kind of people you should not associate with, for instance.
Right.
Okay, your second question.
Yeah. Ajahn, my second question is to ask you that we say that we have our bad karma from previous life and also in the current life we do some bad karma and we keep doing some good karma as well. When I understand that, when I read certain parts of Abhidhamma, but I understood that when you lie something, you get added into your bad karma, or when you do certain things like cutting eggs also, which added to vipaka and that turn into a bad karma. So how we'll understand that how much bad karma or good karma we are carrying alive, or are we still carrying the same thing for future life as well?
Well, see, we do karma, even we did past karma, and we also doing the present karma also. So sometimes we cannot differentiate which karma give us the consequence, not give us the result. So it doesn't matter. Just think it generally that if you get good consequences, then you say this is the result of your good karma. If you get bad consequences, then this is the result of your bad karma. That's all you have to think about.
Right. Thanks, Ajahn.
All right. Because we did so many karma, we didn't keep track of what we did, right? So which one came and gave us the consequence, we don't know. And besides karma, there are other factors that can give us bad or good consequences, like the weather. The weather has nothing to do with our karma. Or the economy has nothing to do with our karma. Things just happen.
Yeah.
So we shouldn't worry too much about it. What we should worry is how we deal with these consequences, good or bad karma. And the best way is to be calm and just just use equanimity. Don't react to your good or bad karma.
Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay.
We have a newcomer.
Koche, what?
Yes,
Koche, what? Where are you from, Koche, what? Can you unmute your microphone? It's on your bottom left corner. On the mute microphone icon, and say mute and mute. Look down on your left corner of your screen.
Coach, can you hear us?
You know how to unmute your microphone? It's like a new driver doesn't yet know where the steering wheel and where the brakes are.
Coach, can you hear us? You cannot hear.
Okay. Anybody else would like to ask any question? We have about 7 minutes left. Well, if nobody, then I wouldn't waste your time anymore. I will have to call this meeting to an end for tonight, for today. Thank you for your participation. I hope you can advance in your practice of what you have learned today. In the meantime, please stay safe, stay mindful, and if all goes well, I'll see you again next week at the same time with both myself and my body. Okay. Thank you and goodbye.
สาธุเจ้าค่ะ
Sadhu,
Ajahn.
Thank you, Ajahn.
Thank you for your teaching. Thank you,
Ajahn, thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Admin, thank you, Kunla.
Thank you, Kun Admin. Thank you, Kun La.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Good night.
Kunju.
Bye.
Again.